Welcome back, it's Amanda. As you see, I have another spinner here today. This is my 18-inch one, and I don't have a big enough box to put it in. So I'm hoping that these magazines that I have stacked around the table will keep my paint from dripping off the table onto the carpet or new furniture that I got last week. Forgot to show you, I have this little tool here. It's a strainer that I got when I was on vacation in the fall, and I'm going to try pouring into that. I have tape on the back of my canvas, painter's tape, to stick it to the spinner, and then I will layer, then I'm going to use this measuring cup to put my paint in, to pour in the center so that it has an easy pour spout on it so that I can pour it into the strainer. And then I will spin the painting and see what happens. I'm going to try to keep everything over here so it's in camera and cut most of myself out of it. But I'm going to try to layer down the side of this thing instead of the way I normally do layers. So I have some white. This is emerald green and it has some silicone in it. So I definitely think I want some of that for some cells. It hasn't been shaken up for a while, so it may look kind of funny. It may not turn out very well. And I'm not going to use pearlescent between every color, but I'm going to put a little bit in here. And then I think maybe I'll go with the Prussian blue. It takes me a while between, so my colors are going to get messed up because I can't make up my mind. And a little bit more of that, I think. I'm going to go ahead and put some white between that since that's a dark, since it's a dark color. I may go ahead and do some of this medium magenta. And then some brilliant purple. And then some light blue. These colors in the cups might be a little bit thick because they've been mixed up for a while and I forgot to check consistency. Light green. And then I'll do some white and some pearlescent. And then I'll do a self-mixed turquoise. And maybe some pearlescent. And then quinacridone magenta. Whoa. And then rose red. This rose red has silicone in it too. I'm going to use a lot of that. And then some white to break it up. And ultramarine violet. And I've noticed I haven't put any of my oranges or yellows yet. So put a big glob of pearlescent in there. and use some of this yellow. I can't tell you, I don't remember what color it is, what the name of that one is. Pearlescent. And some medium magenta. And some yellow orange. And some orange. These ones are really thick, so I don't know how this will turn out, because I didn't check my consistencies. Oopsie. Some white. Quinacridone magenta again. I'm dripping all over my spin table, but I don't care. Some more brilliant purple. Some light blue. And some green. And some pearlescent. And some orange. Maybe try to get the last of that orange in there. Medium magenta. Some yellow. Some emerald green. Pearlescent. Some Prussian blue. Some, whoops, light blue. Some white. Some of the turquoise that I mixed. And some white. And then quinacridone magenta, rose red, purple, and some dark purple, just a little bit, some pink, pearlescent. That's almost done too. And then some yellow. And then the yellow orange. And then some white. And the rest of this green. And some, if I can get any pearlescent there. I think that's done too. And a tiny bit of white there on at the end. Okay. Now, I know that took a long time. I don't know what order my colors are in or anything. So I will pause the video now and clean this stuff up. Okay, I just wanted to show you really quickly. This is my canvas. It's a 12 by 12 gallery canvas. And I have this strainer that I bought when I was on vacation that I want to try pouring my paint into. And I'm going to move that. If you can see the shadow down in there, how the wood is up off of the canvas. I've never done one like this with these deep sides. I don't think. No, I don't think I've used one like this before. And I very rarely do these 12 by 12 inches. So I'm just going to tape it on here and see, try to get it kind of in the center. I mean, it's good enough. Tape it on there. I want to make sure that it will spin without hitting the magazines, and it's okay. I'm going to use a black base coat today, so I'm just going to put a lot of it on here and then spin it to stretch it out. I know that's probably not enough. I've got to go get some tape and tape my spinner to the table so that it will stay. I'll be right back. Okay, I've taped my spinner to the table, so hopefully it stays. And I need to get the base coat to spread. Having a hard time reaching the spinner to make it spin because of the magazines. I can't get it to spin very fast. Let's try again. Okay, this tool has little feet on it, so I'm going to stretch it out some and try to put it in the around the center of the canvas. Might not be exact. It's close enough for me, and I'm going to start pouring the paint, and I'm just going to pour the paint around this spot, around that part here, around the inside. And then once I get done with all of the paint, I'll take the tool up and then I will spin what's left. My cup has been sitting for a little while because this was difficult for me. I don't know. I think I might just go down over this. It's wobbling some, the table's wobbling, my hands are wobbling, I'm a little bit shaky. And so it's very zigzaggy. This probably isn't going to turn out very well, but this is my first attempt and it will give me an idea of what to do better next time. I am trying to wiggle it a little bit now, but it's still not. I can't pour straight because my hands won't stay straight, but I am wiggling it. I'm not trying to do a ring pour or anything. I'm just trying to pour. And I'm wiggling because I'm shaky. I do see it. Let me close this up some. I do see it coming out. I'll close that up, and then the table must be, or I must have been pouring heavy to that side, or the table or the things going that side. I'll turn it around some so that maybe it'll come this way a little bit too. or maybe so you can see it on the camera. I'm going to wait until I see a lot of that. I'm going to wait until I see that most of the paint is through the holes. And I can slowly spin it so you can see what's happening, I guess. It's very heavily coming to this side. While it's coming out, I guess I could go ahead, whoops, I'm dropping magazines. I guess I could go ahead and give it a spin. Sorry if I'm in the way. This one doesn't spin as well, maybe because I taped it to the table. I have to keep pushing it. It doesn't spin very well. I'll let it sit for a couple minutes and see if more paint goes through the holes. If it stays like that, I may have to lift it up because the paint may be plugging the holes. That's stretching out the paint that is out of the thing. I need it to go that way some though, because my table's unlevel some way or another. Let me prop up the corners of the table over here just a little bit more. Okay, I may have to lift this up and see what's happening under there. Pull it away. I see paint still layered in this, but it's not coming out the holes. Maybe move it over. I don't know. I'll put it back. See if I spin it if it comes out. As you can tell, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting with this bigger table, and I'm experimenting with this bigger spinner, or experimenting with the spinner and this this thing. What I'm going to do, I have an 8x8 canvas here. It's not, I don't have a base coat or anything, but since I think I have enough and it's running off one side, I'm going to just go ahead and put what's left on here on top of this 8x8 canvas and put it out of the way and see if that paint still drips through. If it does, then I can put it on here and do a spin. Now what I want to do is just spin this one and stretch out my paint. I don't want to knock that over off the table because it's coming over this side, it's just not coming to the other sides. I can't get this one to spin. I can't get it to do a good spin. Then I just touch the side. If it would keep going, it seems like it's, I don't know what's wrong with it. Sorry if I'm getting in the way. That's a good spin. I'm going to keep going until it gets that other side that it's missing for some reason. And I want it to just keep going and get down over the sides of everything, because I used more than enough paint on purpose so that I could definitely get the sides. I have to keep wiping my hands so I can turn the table. And then I just touch the side of my painting with my hands. I'm getting some on this side. That side's almost all covered. That side's almost all covered. That side's all covered. The magazines work because it doesn't really spray off the table at all anyway, because it doesn't spray fast enough. I have a pool over here where the paint was running heavy to one side. Okay, now I want to check my sides. This one's almost covered. There's just a couple black spots over here, which is fine. A couple black spots at the bottom there. That one's all covered. That one is really all covered. Everything's running off this side more than the others. Overall, I think it's pretty cool looking. I like the colors around the outside, so I think I liked the colors towards the top of my cup better than towards the bottom of my cup. This really pale blue color here I kind of like. I don't know, I kind of like all of it. I'll give it one more spin just to go over the sides just a little bit more, but I don't want to lose a lot of the stuff around the edges because I like that. Like this edge all around here is like my favorite parts. I do like the bright, like the blobs of yellow in the middle. Check my sides again. Oh yeah, that one's really covered. My sides look pretty good. There are a few black dots where the paint is thick and running over it and it hasn't filled in, but I think as it continues to run off and dry, it will fill that in. And I like that melted look on the sides when the paint keeps running off, so I don't wipe around the sides a whole lot usually. I'm gonna go ahead and torch this. I like that this part's not exactly centered. It's a little bit lower because that draws my eye a little bit. I do like all the colors together. I think it looks pretty neat. I'm gonna torch. And then I think I will leave it alone. And I don't really need the magazines to be so high next time because paint doesn't really spray off very much. So maybe just like a thin layer, and then it'll be easier for me to work around the magazines whenever I put them not so high. I'm gonna try to face that towards the camera. That's the way that I like it, I think, the way that it's facing the camera. I'm going to stop there and just let it sit on this table for a few days and dry. I'll take you down for a close-up after I wash my hands. I'm going to sometime soon, like I keep saying, I need to go back and do a video where I show you a look at all of my paintings from this year after they have dried, because I haven't done that for a while. The one where I took what was left in this and put it on an 8x8, I don't know if you can see that. There's just a few drips under there. So I'd say that there really isn't a lot of paint there. So I'm just going to let that sit for a few days and see if it'll, or not a few days, I'm going to let that sit for a couple hours and see if more paint drips through. And then I'll wash that out so that I can use it again sometime. And those drips that end up on that painting, I'm just going to paint over that next time. Use that, like, put like a base coat over it, paint over it. As this sits, more cells pop up because there was silicone in the emerald green and the rose red. So I think that gives it a cool look. For my taste, I like the way that it looks. I don't know if I can get you a look at the sides whenever I do a close-up for the end of this, but I will try. I think they look kind of neat too. And I think that's it. I really like this. I'm gonna have to try this again. I like that. I like the strainer look, how it gives all the different holes, make like all the different colors go through the holes and it groups them together. And then there's a little bit of silicone, so that helps the cells. I really like the look of it. So I'm gonna have to try the strainer again and the spinner. But like I said, I've learned that I don't need the magazine so high. And I think that's it. I may decide that I want to face it a different way after it dries. I don't know. Because it looks pretty cool from this side too. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. So that's it for today. Thanks as always for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with anyone who you think may be interested. And have a blessed day. Bye. I'm going to do a close-up video and go down this side and in the middle and up the other side like I normally do. There, that drip right there, the colored one in between the whitish bluish, that's probably from where I took the strainer off and put it back on. I'm really liking this. I think it looks really cool. For my taste, I really like it. There's so much to see, so much to look at. All the little cells remind me of eyes. Some of those look black, but I think it's the Prussian blue. Sorry, I was wavering. I love these colors around the edge. And the colors around this edge down here. Here's kind of it. This is, I very rarely do I do 12 by 12s, and I don't think I've ever done one with deep-sided edge. So here's what this edge looks like. I'm gonna try to get it for you. It looks kind of melted. I like the melted look on the edges in any painting. Here's this side. And this side. Sorry, I'm still showing you through the magazines because I haven't moved anything yet. And the last side. This is where a lot of that blue came off. This is the side where more of the stuff was coming off to begin with. I think the paint leaned to this side to begin with. So I will go out for the whole thing one last time. And thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.